A new study shows 80% of parents say they go on social media to talk about parenting issues. But how do you know it's true and what is bad information?
Sleep when the baby sleeps, which is never. Bite them back if they bite you. Don't hold your baby, you're gonna spoil them. Be mean to your kids so they respect you.
Oh boy, okay, that's just one example of some of the ridiculous advice parents are receiving, highlighted with a little bit of humor by one mom who seems a little fed up. We're joined now in studio by parenting journalist Donna Tatro. Thank you so much for being here.
Of course, I love that.
I mean, it is funny, right? And I think when you're scrolling the internet, sometimes you're desperate for information, and this can give you a little, like it's a little lighthearted advice.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh, okay, this is crazy advice.
But I think people, parents specifically, if 80% of people are going onto the internet, people must feel like alone, like they need someone to help them through this whole thing called parenting.
Absolutely, and parents are looking for quick solutions. They want to fix what's going on. I get it. We all want to just be happy, right?
Yes.
But
make it easy.
Make it easy. But there's so many different perspectives. What's the source here? What's the evidence behind this? And again, there's that feeling that we're lonely and we're in guilt or shame because of how something might have gone. So you go into this online community and you feel like you belong.
Right.
So that's
it's validating.
Yes, yes.
But it's not necessarily true.
Exactly.
Well, that's, my husband and I talk all the time because I am somebody who does like to go on the internet and try to find pieces of advice and things. But there's just so many different styles of parenting. So you end up seeing, maybe your algorithm gets just gentle parenting. And then I'll go to my husband and he's like, that's not, I can't do this 100% of the time.
No, and a lot of these styles are facing backlash, especially the gentle parenting, because gentle parenting in and of itself is a good strategy, but you can't do it all the time. You cannot validate.
What do you mean, Donna? What do you mean by that? I'd like to hear more.
You cannot validate a person's feelings every single time through every episode that they're going through.
No, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting. And so that then makes the parent feel like, I'm a failure. What am I doing wrong? So that style, it's okay, but you have to understand the best style is the authoritative parent, which allows for boundaries and solutions with child and the feelings. You've got the authoritarian, which is my way or the highway.
Yeah,
it doesn't work. Permissive, forget it. You are the leader of your family, not the child. And neglectful, of course not. So you want to have that combination, but gentle parenting taken too far does not work.
Okay, I'll have to redo my algorithm then. Because I hear you on that. Last year, I do want to talk about, there was a report that found half of parents said that they feel burned out. Another survey found 66% say the demands of parenthood make them feel isolated and lonely. It's a problem big enough that the former U.S. Surgeon General actually called parental stress an urgent public health issue. We want to go ahead and play a little of that.
Okay.
Parents they're not only contending with the usual stressors that come with being a parent, worrying about finances and safety, but they're also worried about how to manage social media and phones for their kids, something that my parents didn't have to worry about. They're trying to figure out how to contend with a youth mental health crisis and a loneliness epidemic that are hitting kids really hard right now. So you put all that together with this really pernicious culture of comparison that has been amplified by social media that makes parents often feel like they are constantly comparing themselves to other parents and falling short. And you've got a recipe for the struggles that parents are experiencing today.
Okay, I want your reaction to that. And what can parents do then if this is such a problem? Because I saw you nodding your head. You're in agreement.
Yes. I mean, look, we are the first generation of parents who have to deal with this internet, social media, school shootings. We have academic achievement pressure that is off the charts. Kids so hard to get into college now. So there's all of these things that we are contending with. The best thing that we should be doing is we should be looking at social media with kind of, look, this might be some strategy I can use, but really going to those close friends and family members who have had some experience in this. And then if you need more than that, going to a psychologist, a therapist, and asking for that help. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a very difficult thing to do right now. Parenting is not easy.
And it's so, as we said, widespread. So it's good to have friends that have older children and younger
Yes,
children, so
yes.
that you can all share what's going on.
All those different perspectives are really important.
Donna, thank you so much for being here. I always appreciate our conversation.
I love talking to you about parenting.
Well, for more information on Donna and her parenting tips, check out our website, kcalnews.com, and click Seen on TV. Rudabeh?